majority of the population in Tanzania are just getting to grips with the news. Some are receiving the news as we speak, mostly spreading through WhatsApp, that the president of the fifth phase government here in Tanzania has passed away. And so, yes, rightly as you put it, this is definitely shocking news. You can see on WhatsApp groups a lot of crying emojis, people obviously overcome with grief at the passing of their leader.
How was it announced, Isaac?
Not too long ago, I would presume something like half an hour to 45 minutes ago, the vice president, who now obviously takes over as president of the United Republic of Tanzania, announced that President Magufuli passed on at around 6 p.m. local time after complications with a heart problem that he had. She described the problem as chronic atrial fibrillation, which he had been battling for about 10 years. She said that around the 6th of March, he was not feeling too well and went to seek medical attention at the Jakarta Cardiac Institute, which is here in Dar es Salaam, and was released on the 7th of March. But on the 14th of March, he started feeling not good, and checked into the Nzena hospital, a hospital that usually treats high-ranking government officials, and this is where he had been for the last few days until he passed on today.
So COVID-19 not mentioned at all, but lots of speculation that it could have been a COVID-19 complication.
It's really difficult to tell what exactly it was. What we do know is that he did have a heart problem that he had been battling for quite a while, even before he. This was somewhat public knowledge that he did have a heart problem. Now, whether COVID-19 was involved or not, we have very little way of knowing. And over the last few days, of course, the government was trying to control the narrative, in that they wanted to ensure that the right information, in their view, was being disseminated to the public. And given the stringent laws here pertaining to the sharing of information, it put us in a situation where a few individuals were arrested for claiming that the president was, first and foremost, suffering from COVID-19 and was out of the country, something the government has clearly claimed that is not true, as evidenced by the statement given by the Vice President Samia Suluhu Hassan.
Why do you think that there was so much hiding the fact that he was not well, and they were just saying that he was on a retreat and that he was fine? I mean, that really was tantamount to lies.
I think in the view of the government here, they were simply just trying to control the narrative, given the fact that President Magufuli himself had said on many occasions that there are Tanzania had many enemies, and given the success rate of the government over the last 5 years, he may have stepped on a number of toes, both locally and internationally, and therefore those who would seek to tarnish his image were many, and therefore they were really trying to ensure that the right information, in their view, gets out to the public.
I mean, he wasn't given the name the bulldozer for no reason. He was quite hard and heavy-handed sometimes in getting his way.
President Magufuli was a person who rarely took no for an answer. Where people saw a wall, he saw a way, And many Tanzanians would attest to the fact that he had proved it in the last 5 years. What most people thought was virtually impossible. He proved that it was possible. Just today, we were passing on one of the main highways here in Dar es Salaam. It looks absolutely different now. That it's almost 8 lanes. It's a major highway, and I was talking to a colleague of mine and saying that most other leaders would say this was impossible because of the hurdles that they would obviously have to overcome to accomplish something like that. But he obviously proved that things that most people would be buried in red tape. He made sure that red tape was removed and got things done. He was an action-oriented person and rarely missed words. And this was a little bit different in terms of the culture that Tanzanians had been used to. He rarely sugarcoated words. He said it like it was. And this might have rubbed some people the wrong way because Tanzanian culture generally, people might say, what I can find a polite way to say things, but he was very blunt in delivering his message, and therefore it is understandable that he would polarize some people, but most people in the country agree that he was a very, very effective president.
All right, and he was also hailed for his anti-corruption stance. I mean, this is a man who hated the idea of money being wasted.
Absolutely. This is indicated. I remember an incident when he first came into office in early 2016, and I think he went to visit the offices of the Treasury. And had his first meetings at the State House, and some of them invited there were only treated to water and groundnuts, as opposed to the lavish feasts that they were used to. So definitely a person that counted his pennies, so to speak, a person who abhorred spending, unnecessary spending, the way he would term it, because he wanted to direct the funds to development projects. His first celebration of Tanzania's independence on the 19th of December, I think this was in 2015, he had ordered that money that would be used to celebrate that day be used to expand what I have just described here as an 8-lane major road here in Dar es Salaam. And so those are some of the fruits of his frugal attitude towards money.
All right, and that's where we're going to leave it, Isaac. Thank you.